Did you know that Take the L, Laugh It Up, and a bunch of emotes were secretly banned from Fortnite? One day they secretly added a setting that allowed you to turn these emotes off, and they didn't even tell anyone. But that's only one of the many secret changes in this video, and one of them allowed you to walk through walls. But this next secret is kinda sus, because Fortnite secretly changed the doghouse sleigh emote. This emote has your character like straddling the doghouse, but someone out there somehow figured out that if you put on a skin with a skirt, they changed the way that they sit. Okay, but who figured this out? After years of being worked on, Fortnite finally released their first-person mode, Ballistics. But after only 2 weeks of being out, they already had removed it. I mean, you could still play the ranked version, but some players say it's too sweaty. But Fortnite removed a feature that was important to many players, and this actually had to do with a collaboration. Star Wars has been in the game for a long time, but in Chapter 3, Fortnite released the Darth Vader skin, and with his emote specifically for his skin, you could hear the Darth Vader breathing sound effect. But 2.5 years later, when they added a new Darth Vader skin, players expected to hear the breathing again when using the emotes, but it doesn't happen. It's only for the original Darth Vader skin. The Take a Seat emote had a huge change as well though. For the male skins, they put their foot on their knee, but for the female skin, she crosses her legs. This one just makes sense, I guess. But unlike the next one on this list, because in Chapter 3, Fortnite added the Klombo. He gave you some good loot, he walked around the island, but after a few months of him being in the game, he was randomly removed. And Fortnite never told us why, until 3 years later when Fortnite added him back to LEGO. I mean, I'm glad we have him back a little bit, but why can't we just have him in Battle Royale? Fortnite made some huge changes to Battle Passes. They changed the prices from 950 V-Bucks to 1000 V-Bucks, but they also changed the way that Battle Passes function. For a few years, we have had Battle Stars. These would collect in your pass over time as you leveled up, and you can unlock your Battle Pass one by one. But in Chapter 6, Fortnite removed this, and now they just unlock over time automatically. But a fan favorite Fortnite emote was removed for good. Fortnite has gotten into a lot of trouble with copyright over the years. The original default audio was actually removed because it sounded too similar to something else. And then later that chapter, they brought out the tidy emote. But after some drama with its original creators, Fortnite decided they wouldn't bring this back. And to this day, it hasn't returned. But something else that hasn't returned is LTMs, also known as limited time modes. These were added in Chapter 1 to keep the game fresh. It would be a fun game modes like Floor is Lava, Snipers Only, Solid Gold. But at some point in early Chapter 2, Fortnite decided they would stop bringing these back. I think Fortnite would be much better if they just added some of these fun game modes back. But something that scared a bunch of players was when the giant turtle was randomly removed one update. Players were running around the island like, where is he, where is he? But it turned out he wasn't removed, but instead he was moved to a new location. Like and subscribe to keep Timmy the Turtle in the game. In 2023, we saw a glimpse of Fortnite OG, the original version, not the new one, but the version that was only out for a month long. Fortnite secretly had removed the iconic loading screen though. They ended up replacing it with a very clever version where we get to see the other side of the classic wall. We even see Jones peeking around the corner. But in actual old Fortnite, there was this huge footprint on the ground. Players always wondered where it came from. Some thought maybe it was a dinosaur, others said maybe the monster from Season 9. But 6 years after it was removed from the game, by the time that it was added back in OG, we have a Godzilla collaboration. Maybe that is what made this footprint after all. Okay, but in 2024's Winterfest, there was a huge theme. This was the hidden gingerbread men all around the island. They would do everything, from enjoying some bird food to burying a robot. These guys were out of control, but these sadly would be removed after the Winterfest ended. In day 1 of OG Fortnite, the slurp juices would heal 25 shield and 25 health. That was what it was like in the original Season 1, but because Fortnite thought this wasn't good enough today, they changed it back to 75 HP, secretly removing the OG slurp juice and replacing it with the new one. But that isn't the only slurp juice that was removed, because in Chapter 4 we had a very overpowered powered slurp juice that was the legendary slurp. This slurp healed 200 HP over time, and after Fortnite Chapter 4, luckily we haven't seen this since. Okay, but in Chapter 6, Fortnite added some crazy movement, with the ability to jump extra far on ledges and even bounce off walls. But when Fortnite OG came around, players were wondering if they'd keep this in the game, but instead Fortnite removed this and kept it OG. Well, kind of. They kept the sprinting and mantling, but honestly it's better that way. But another movement item was secretly removed in Chapter 4. Many players didn't know this even existed because of how long it was removed. Hurdling was added for only a few weeks in Chapter 4, and it was so buggy that it was removed and wasn't added fully back until Chapter 5. One of the greatest vehicles in Fortnite was the tank. This vehicle was sadly removed after a few seasons, but before it was removed, if you went into replay mode and looked at your character inside the tank, it revealed that your character were actually using the controls properly. No one would have ever noticed this in game, so the devs really just did this for a secret detail. Remember earlier when I talked about Darth Vader? Well, there's another Darth Vader secret that has been removed, because when he was in the game as an NPC, he had a custom death animation when you would eliminate him, and this was of course removed when he left the game. But he isn't the only character to have a custom death animation, because when Peter Griffin came to the game, he also had a death animation, and it was pretty funny. But one of my favorite weapons in Fortnite actually kinda did have a secret too, because the Evo Chrome weapons would upgrade as you did damage. This was extremely underrated, and sadly we haven't seen this in the game since Chapter 3. But that isn't the only Chrome that was removed. So was the Chrome Splash, which allowed you to walk through walls. But a crazy detail in Fortnite Chapter 2 was that when you walked into a new biome wearing a bush, the bush would change to match that biome, giving you a much better disguise. But something that was expected to come did not, because the Skibbity Toilet outfit came to the item shop, the cameraman skin with the toilet back bling. Use code PPJ, by the way. But when I was looking at this, I was like, so where's this Skibbity Toilet emote? And sadly, they never even added it. But a funny secret that was removed was in Chapter 2 when the Coral Castle was added. If you went to the center area of Coral Castle, there was this little hallway that had a bunch of conch shells on it. These shells would play different tunes when you would use them, and some players even made a song. Fortnite removed something from the game that no one would notice today. Back in the day, Fortnite didn't have any special healing animations, but now they have these fancy, cool animations. This is just a small detail, but it looks so much better. This next one's hilarious though. Fortnite added a rip-off version of Among Us, and it was called Imposters. This had many tasks that you could do, and it was honestly a lot of fun. One of the tasks had you order a specific kind of pizza, and hilariously they called the pineapple topping Psycho. Imposters was sadly removed, but I mean honestly I think they should add it back. Something else that was a lot of fun were the toys. These toys would add a new spin to matches, and with a football you could throw, a soccer ball you could kick, and one of my favorites was the basketball. You could shoot these into hoops and it would actually work. But at some point in between then and now, Fortnite removed this and it doesn't even do anything anymore, which is sad. But another funnier glitch was when you could fly around the island like Superman. This was insane. If you timed it right, with the Oni mask, you could just fly forever. This next one had the whole community upset though, because in Chapter 5, Fortnite went all out for the metaverse, which was a good move overall, but they decided to remove the rarity on skins and emotes and pickaxes. This was a weird change and was hard to get used to for sure. Similar to when Fortnite added moving llamas. The llamas at some point in Chapter 2 one day just started running around. If you didn't kill them in time, they would rift to another location on the map, leaving you with absolutely nothing besides a few shields. One of Fortnite's most hyped weapons was the Zapatron. The Zapatron was only in the game for 1 hour in Season 1, with only like 2 players ever recording footage of it. Sadly, Fortnite removed this and never added it back. Not even in the remake in Fortnite OG. But that's kinda similar to the Guzzle Juice. This item was crazy for healing because it worked like a slurp juice, but kinda only for HP. This was only out in Chapter 3 and was never seen again besides Reload in 2024. But one of Fortnite's most annoying features was the healing item. heals. Let me explain. In chapter 1 through 4, you could only use heals when standing completely still. If you moved at all, the heals would be cancelled, and this would definitely ruin some matches, but in chapter 5, Fortnite finally changed this. Now we can move around at whenever we want using the heals. In chapter 4, Fortnite added a feature that was widely forgotten. There were some random locations that would be rifted in every match. Some gave you crazy heals, and some were straight up a death trap. We never saw this again after chapter 4 though. One of the funniest moments in Fortnite was when the tree would land on your head and eliminate you, because in chapter 3 Fortnite added physics to certain trees, allowing them to fall when broken down, and this made for some hilarious clips. Just like the mud in Fortnite chapter 4. This wasn't very special, but everyone kind of just forgot about it. It let you slide around and run around quicker, but I mean, it was very forgotten. Just like the forgotten skins that never returned to the item shop. So if you'd like to see some of those skins, watch the video on the left. And if you're more interested in some more Fortnite secrets, watch the video on the right. Use code PBJ.